So like we do it, like we, even when we just walk into car park, easier with the frame.
Okay, I'm going to start.
The wheels, you know.
Morning, everybody. All right. All right, so we had U.S. equities falling on disappointing economic data. We had three data points that missed yesterday. Consumer confidence, which declined to 86 versus 92.5 expected. We had the S&P Case-Shiller index of property prices also came in below expectations, and as well as the Chicago PMI. It was quite a turnaround yesterday, choppy, just like our market was yesterday. S&P looking really strong when we were leaving here at 5:30. But had a big turnaround about sort of lunchtime their time. Made up a bit of their gains from the low, but still ending down on the day. Energy shares hardest hit as crude oil sold off 3.5%. If I look in the ones that affect us, Sasol flat on the day, so not too much that should affect our market. eBay rallied sharply following news that it's to separate from PayPal. All right, in Asia, we had China and Hong Kong were closed. I think Hong Kong opens again on Friday. Japan, if I have a look now on Bloomberg, Nikkei down about 0.5%. I think we're closed with the yen reaching a low of 110 to the dollar. Exporters like Toyota obviously benefiting from that weaker currency. We have Aussie. Aussie? Yeah, so Aussie managed to close the day up 0.8%, which is pretty decent considering global markets at the moment. Big four banks led by big four banks were green, and I see Billy's were also up about 0.5% in Aussie. And South Korean shares tumbled, Samsung and LG leading losses. Okay, the chart of the day is another chart of copper. I think we've shown this a few times from Charlie Bolello, nearing that critical $3 support level. You can see now, obviously, our diversified mines have been under a lot of pressure recently. If copper breaks below 3, it's definitely not going to help the situation. All right, no significant corporate action today. If we look at data points that have been released, China PMI came out slightly better than expected, which would hopefully be taken well by some of the miners, considering how bad some of the data's been out recently. Then we have PMI manufacturing out of most Euro regions. We have PMI manufacturing out of the UK, manufacturing out of South Africa at 11, mortgage applications out of the US at 1, ADP employment change at 2:15, and manufacturing PMI at 3:45, and US ISM manufacturing at 4. So quite a few data points being released today. All right, let's jump into the maths, as Joe would say. For some reason I've been logged out of Joe's trading platform, so I'm going to try and get back in. All right, there we go. The first one I'm going to show is Discovery. Wait for it to load. All right, there we go. Yeah, so Discovery, as you can see, let me just zoom in a little bit here. Been in a general uptrend, obviously coming off recently with the general market sell-off. We found support right here on this trend line, and it's reversed quite sharply yesterday. I'm not 100% sure if it was a bit of buying into quarter end, but a pretty solid day out of Discovery yesterday. It actually broke sort of the previous lows and was actually looking pretty vulnerable below the 97 level yesterday, sort of first thing in the morning, but reversed strongly into the rest of the day and closed pretty strongly. So a possible reversal out of Discovery, keep an eye on it. I do think there's some good possible upside, when the market recovers here. Obviously, if we do get involved, stop sort of as a close below 97 would probably be a good one. SA Breweries. SA Breweries, I think Joe's shown this chart. We had a big gap fill there from that buyout announcement, and now sort of also finding support around this. Actually, this is the one in the LSE. So the 34 pounds has found support. Let's have a look on the JSE. Yeah, so the JSE has found support at 620. A few positive candles. We found support on the 20-day moving average. If we continue to push away from this this level, we could see another push higher out of breweries. Another one that's been very volatile recently is SGL. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here, get a little bit of a longer-term view. Yeah, as you see, we've formed a pretty round top over there with a, if you want to call it a neckline at 24 Rand or 24 Rand 30, I think was the exact level. You can see we've had, if I zoom in here, we've had a bounce and closed right on that 24.30 level. I'm just going to draw a trend line in here quickly. Yeah, so approximately 24.30. We closed a little bit lower in the States. It came off a little bit, and if we do see a reversal from here, it could be a good selling opportunity. If it does continue to rally from here, then perhaps that breakdown won't be totally confirmed. But yeah, I mean, anybody who's been following the stock over the last couple of days has seen the massive seller that came in from that initial sell-off, really pushing hard when the other gold shares have been under pressure. So an interesting one to watch at a crucial level at 24.30ish on SGL. The next one I want to have a look at is Aspen. Aspen's forming a pretty interesting symmetrical triangle here after that big push up recently. If we want to peg a level, we're looking at just under probably 340, a break above 339, 340. A breakout above that level would probably show that we're going to have another 20 Rand almost to the upside. So there's a possible more upside in Aspen. Obviously a break below that symmetrical triangle around 332 would nullify that theory, but keep an eye on Aspen, some potential fireworks if it can break through that symmetrical triangle. And the last one I wanted to show was Woolies. Woolies also traded really well yesterday. Big reversal candle from a pretty oversold position. If we have a look on the 30-minute chart, just going to zoom in a little bit. If you look at the 30-minute chart here, you can see a pretty clear trend line at 69.50 that it actually broke through yesterday in the close. If we can hold that today, I think we've possibly got another $2 from 69.50 to the upside in the short term. So look for a short-term move to 71.50 if we can hold the 69.50 level. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.